Let's talk about the race now. Because as I mentioned at the top of the show, this was a pretty incredible race to the finish. Brad Keselowski, what a drive out of him. What an effort out of his pit crew as well. And he's been looking for this for a while, had a lot of bad luck. It's finally behind him.
Well, we had talked about it on Saturday after qualifying that Brad was going to be hard to beat, because when he qualifies that good, that usually means a lot of the pieces are together and he's comfortable in the car. So we saw Chris Buescher run well last week. He qualified well again this week as well. But Brad was really good on the long run. And it's just, Darlington is just one of those places that it fits that experience side of the world to know what you need in your car. They had past experience last year with what they needed in their car. They've been working their way towards running better this year. So it just had all the ingredients for a Brad K type of day, and they put it all together. And for once, the circumstances worked in his favor.
Yeah.
I think as the race went towards the end. So we saw him put a lot of pressure on Tyler Reddick there to get the lead, lost the lead, and then everything that happened was with Reddick and Buescher gave him the lead back. But when you look at the way that they executed their day, pit road was a key element to that. Pit road kept Tyler Reddick in the race all day with that first pit stall and everything that he had going on, because they definitely weren't anywhere close to as fast as the six pit crew on pit road this weekend. So happy for Brad. And it was very interesting after the race to see the crowd. A lot of people stayed. I think there was a lot of enthusiasm for Brad to be able to finally get back to victory lane, win in the 6 car. And I think, Brad not going to Roush and renaming the company RFK, they aren't where they are today. He's been that key element in the turnaround of RFK and the performance and the things that he has done. And, I think he has more time to focus on just being the driver and getting to victory lane and doing the things that he needs to, instead of rebuilding the whole company and making sure that they're on the right path. And so we talk about the details and everything that goes into being a good driver and being able to take the time to do the things that you need to do. But they put it all together this weekend. And I think for the sport in general, I think everybody was happy to see Brad back in victory lane.
They were his pit crew was the hot pit crew highlight.
Yes.
This weekend. So now everyone's going to want to get highlighted if it's going to put him in victory lane, right?
That's right.
Yeah, I love it for Brad. He's been trying so hard. And they've been so close in different races, and the 17 of Chris Buescher has gone to victory lane for them. So that's been great. But Brad has never won a race in his own equipment with his name on it, ever.
That sucks.
That's tough.
I've been there.
Like when he owned the truck team, Joey won for him, Ryan won for him, Austin Cindric won for him. I don't think Tyler Reddick did, but they won races, but he never won one for himself. So this was really cool for him, and he's a grinder. And I think at this point, you look at some people's careers, like, oh, okay, he's on the back end. Like, they might never, ever win again. He's like, nah, I'm still here. I can still get it done. So I love that for him.
Huge moment for him, of course. First win for him as driver owner. And you just referenced the fact that you've been in his shoes as an owner and a driver. What is that like when you're balancing so many hats as like a father, a husband, a driver, an owner? That's a lot of things going on.
I think the driver owner piece is actually harder because you put more pressure on yourself. I think you're exactly right. I think you definitely put more pressure on yourself to want to be in victory lane, to succeed. And the other piece is, you could be driving somebody else's stuff and winning. And so if you're not succeeding in your own equipment, you know that you're not doing a good job. Your cars need to be faster. People need to be better. Whatever that scenario is, that's on you. And that's a lot of pressure when you put yourself in that position to be the driver and the owner, because there's nowhere to say, hey, you need to do this. Let's work on that. Both fingers are pointed directly at your chest, and you have to be able to put the right people in place, and you also have to separate it into being able to still be able to give the teammate and the other team and everything else the right people and attention that it needs. So that's a tough balance. And we started our truck team just because I hadn't won a truck race, and then we won the truck race and kept driving, in the trucks, and then we started to put other people in there, and then same thing with the Busch Series cars. That was actually, we started the Busch Series teams for Stewart when he didn't want to race for Gibbs, so we started those teams for him. and then I got in the car after we had started those teams after a while because I was driving an RCR. But it's a lot of pressure.
Really cool moment though for Brad. I love when he got the flag and then he gave the flag to his daughter and she took it to school. Did you guys see that?
Yes.
Brought it to school
that
for
was great.
The Pledge of Allegiance, I think it was.
Yep.
Pretty neat.
So I got a question for you guys. If you had to guess,
oh boy,
how many wins do you think Brad Keselowski has in his career? I mean,
first,
he's
34.
I mean, he's been here for a long time.
Yeah,
and done a lot of things. What was your guess, Kate?
34.
34.
I think he's at 36 or 7 now.
Oh, you already looked.
I didn't look.
No, 36.
Oh, let's go.
You guys guessed a lot lower than I thought he had more wins than that. I personally, I thought that he'd won more races than that.
I guess for me, I look at that and I'm like, 30 is a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think to me, 30 is a lot. And if you look at the all-time wins list, 30 is a lot. And there's guys that have been around a while that you would think would have more. Like, like RB, I would think would have more. I mean, I think he's at Truex. You'd think he'd have more. And it's hard to win, but he had some stints where he won a lot, but he's had some stints
110 races he didn't win.
Right.
In a row.
But I looked that up this morning and I just expected that number to be a little bit higher.
Hey, race fans, thanks for watching our video. For all NASCAR on Fox News, content, and the best clips from Fox Sports, be sure to follow and subscribe to our channel.